You'll see, or soon you'll gain, blah, blah, blah. Soon you'll gain clarity about your life's purpose. All right. Okay, angels, what is it that you would like to channel through here for the collective, please and thank you. Okay. So, what they're telling me is that a shift in how you perceive your life is going to be necessary in order to make further progress. So, because this relates to joy, what they're telling me is that there are there's always going to be a lot of things in our outside world, in our circumstances that surround us, that are trying to demonstrate that there is a lack of enjoyment or joy or ability to experience joy. And what they're wanting you to, well, wanting me to bring your attention to is that, first of all, for those of you who this resonates with, who've already been doing a lot of that shifting, what they're saying is that you have made progress already on this and that it is evolving, but it doesn't happen overnight, okay? This is an evolution in your being, in your way of looking at the world, in your way of perceiving the world. Taking a higher perspective on things, not only just on what's going on around you, but of your own existence in this multi-universe. But it does take time to shift that, and you have been making progress, but perhaps you're not seeing it because it's not at the level that you expect it to be. And what they're saying with that is that um, perhaps the expectations of what that should look like are needing to be shifted themselves. So when we have this expectation that, we've done all this work, we should be healed now, or we should be here now, or life should always be peaceful now, or we should be happy now, or we should be able to be in joy all the time. Well, that's an unreasonable expectation that's based on our own life experiences. So again, that will be unique for each of you. But it's this expectation that life should always be neutral and beautiful and amazing and joyful, when in fact, that's not why we came here. There's still going to be ups and downs. It's just how resilient have you become? How much strength have you cultivated within yourself in order to deal with those situations from a neutral perspective and a neutral and grounded stance, right? So that it doesn't affect you in the way that it used to. So it's kind of an illusion, is what they're saying. This idea that everything, after your spiritual awakening or leaving a situation is going to be just all bliss and joy and amazing. And that is an unreasonable expectation. What they're wanting you to understand is that life is still going to happen around you. It's still going to happen um, to the degree that you allow it to affect you, right? Because that's the key, is like, how much are you going to allow the circumstances of life to actually affect you on a core level? Is it going to shake you every time something happens? Are you going to be frustrated and annoyed and throw your hands up in the air and want to quit every time something happens in your life? Or are you going to stay regulated, centered, and emotionally grounded, in your energy, grounded, highly elevated in your energy, so that you can easily ride through all of these shifts and everything that is happening? For those of you that don't resonate with that, the other thing that I was getting is that there are shifts that are taking place right now behind the scenes that are preparing you to receive more joy in your life. And so part of that is the spiritual work that you're doing on yourself, the healing work, the centering, the working with your inner child. Some of these things, especially with regards to leaving toxic relationships of any kind. And when you have faced a lot of adversity or your light has been attacked since the day you were born, um, you will face a lot of situations and trauma from the opposing forces, the darkness that is, because of your light, because you were a threat, because you were seen as this beautiful, strong light and being with a big life purpose. You've probably been pushed down and suppressed your whole life from the time you were born. And for some of you, it's just been a relationship where you lost all of your self-esteem, all of your self-worth. And at this point, your identity is probably because of the crumbling effect of a spiritual awakening and the ego deaths that we experience. What they're saying is that a lot of this is happening in order for you to get to the raw um, basis of who you are, your core frequency, your core self. And this will prepare you for being able to receive more joy in the future. So you may not be there right now. And, that's okay because it's part of the journey and we all have to go through that. But especially where it is concerned with your self-image being wrapped up in this identity of a lack of self-worth. This is especially important for you to understand because this self-worth was either ingrained in you from the time you were born or within a more recent situation or relationship where you lost all sense of yourself and including your self-worth, your worthiness to be here, your worthiness to take up space, your worthiness just to breathe the air beside other people, your worthiness and deservingness of love and of abundance and generosity and kindness and all of the good things in life. This could have been really affected by the experiences that you have had. And they want you to be reassured that in time this will start to come back, even though it hurts right now. The reason why you are being brought to this place of deep sorrow, I'm getting deep sadness or pain, is to show you what is left, to show you at the deepest level, the deepest core level, what the wound really is. And this is what they want you to work on is this wound that tells you that you're not worthy of joy in your life, of love, of reciprocity, of kindness. It's this wound that is being revealed. To you at this moment for you to see it and take action on it so that you can shift into those higher elevated states of being. So it is a part of, I'm hearing childhood wounding. So this could have been happening in your childhood and you didn't even realize it and could have just been magnified through your lifetime in situation after situation or through one pretty significant relationship. But what they're saying is that that joy hasn't left, it is still there. You're just not able to perceive it the past the way in which you are viewing life through this wound. Okay. And it is a worthiness wound. And so they're wanting you to understand that that joy is still there, it's still available, it's waiting for you to change your perspective by actually beginning to take action on healing that wound, um, on uh, on making progress in that direction so that you can regain your self self-worth and your self-esteem and your self-confidence and start to rebuild your life because this is the core wound. If you miss this and you take a bunch of other steps, you're just going to come back to the same place, kind of like in the beginning of the reading. It's repeating a cycle. So I think this is really getting into what the actual lesson is this core wound at the base of it all. You cannot make progress until this itself is dealt with. Okay. But they are letting me know that, of course, if we are wanting to make that shift into the next stage of our own development, that it's completely possible and that joy and love will surround you. It's already surrounding you. It's just that you can't perceive it based on the wounding that is so significantly impacting your ability to feel it and receive it and to perceive it.